Scrapbookers and creative friends. I'm Linda Petuch, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts, the Halloween BooYah edition. I'm glad to have you here. Today I am so happy I'm going to share with you my creations I made with our Creative Memories new Halloween collection, which is called BooYah. And I will confess, I used every single sheet of paper that was in the pack. Also the cardstock that was sold as a complimentary cardstock, and some other I dug into. I had a lot of fun. So let's take a look and see what I came up with. So this is the BooYah collection, if you haven't seen it, if you're not familiar with it. And I love this palette. And I'm not a scary Halloween kind of person. I like the cutesy part of Halloween, the cute costumes and the beautiful colors, and of course the chocolate and all of those fun things. So this palette was just made for me. Nothing too scary in here. So I did use every sheet of paper. I used all but these two little stickers from the sticker pack, and I did use every sheet of paper. That was the, there were 6, these are packs of 5 packs. I used all 10 of these, and then I also pulled out some orange, some white shimmer, and some black shimmer cardstock, just to complement it. Now, these are older punches, but they re-released them to go with this collection, and this is the Spiderwebs frame and border punch, and also the Bats and Stars border maker cartridge, which I used on my pages, and you will see that as well. I do want to tell you, when you do the Bats and Stars, you want to keep that confetti, because those little bats and stars can be used as embellishments, which you will see on some of my pages. The other border maker cartridge that I used is this double rickrack, and it's really fun and made me think of Halloween for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just how my brain works. And then I kept this all these little confetti too. This is what you have left over, part of what you have left over. But I kept these because a couple years ago I did this little monster collection. I'll put the link in there for the video that I made, but I thought this would be really cool monster hair, so I kept that in case I want to make some more monsters. Let's look at my pages. My first one, I did use the spider web frame punch as a frame punch, and this is on the 12 by 12 piece of paper. This was on a 10-inch piece of paper so that it would fit inside that 12-inch frame. Now, the secret that you don't know is that I cut out this purple and I made a frame there so I could still use that purple on another page, but this orange then covers it up. So it doesn't make it quite as thick, and it also saves you some paper. These are the stickers that come with the BooYah. All of these stickers come with the BooYah, and I did pop them up on foam squares, but I did notice, if you've not used these stickers yet, they seem a little bit thinner than some of the other stickers, so be careful if you pop them up. You want to make sure you get to the edge so they don't get kind of dented down. All right, so there is my first one. This is just a single page. Here's my next one, in which I used the ghost chain, but I didn't, it's not a border punch, but what I did was I punched 4 of them. This is the purple that I cut out of the last page, out of that frame, spiderweb frame. So this is that. I popped that in the middle of this here, and then I just took the ghosts and I just cut them off so that they would fit and frame this little purple in the middle. Popped up some of these little stickers on the side, and this is actually not a piece of paper from BooYah. It's an older Halloween collection, but I just needed a few strips to frame the frame, so that's what I did there. Now we're going to get a little bit spookier. So here I used black shimmer paper, and I loved the paper, both sides of these papers so much that I decided I wanted to do a lot of folding. So I folded this down 2 inches. This is on the back, of course, of the spider web. And just to kind of tone it down and give a landing place for my candy corn I taught you how to make last time, I put that little double rickrack there, 1 on each. You know, when you punch it, you get 2. So it was enough for both pages. I decided to make my spooky little ghosts that green color so that it look a little bit eerier. And then these are the sticker strips that go with the from the BooYah collection too, just to tie in that black shimmer from at the top. I made mats here. Now these aren't quite they wouldn't be 4 by 6, they wouldn't fit, so they're like 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. But you can get 6 pictures on here, so that's pretty cool. All right, check out the next one. Hocus Pocus. I love that those movies, Hocus Pocus. That's about as scary as I like. All right, here again, I loved both sides of this paper. So I decided to fold it over 2 inches again, edged it with that rickrack and that kind of green. And I knew that this was going to be busy, but because I was placing my photo mats on it, I think it tones it down a little bit. But in order for my stickers to show, I used pieces of the same orange cardstock to make landing places for my stickers. And of course, you know, when you fold, your paper is no longer 12 by 12, so you need to decide how much you want to bring it in on each side so that it matches. Oh, and yeah, this is a sticker strip as well from the BooYah, the stars that I added there. Who doesn't want a Halloween party? So this is Halloween Party. And on this one, instead of folding, I wanted to see more of the stripe and the stars. So what I did was I cut the papers in half and I folded them over, which meant I had to mount them. I mean, I could have welded them together, but I mounted them on black shimmer. Now, before I put the mats, well, actually the mats might have been okay, but before I put any of the embellishments, you see that this would be very flexible. Pretend they're not there. This would be very flexible. You could arrange this different ways. You could have it be opposite. You could have it be the same. You can have the stars on the outside, like I have it here, or you could do it the opposite way. It really is flexible, but that way you get to enjoy both sides of the paper because the artist did such a nice job with all the designs. I loved them all. So then I put, of course, you can see the purple on the orange and the orange on the purple just to bring it all together, to unify it. Add a few embellishments and there you go. Now here's that wonderful little bat and stars border maker cartridge. I do love this. I have, as you saw, my little container of confetti because I have used that in for so many pages and borders over the years of having that. So again, what I did was I did cut this out. I made a frame because I thought it was just a little bit too much. So I just made a frame out of this, flipped this. This is the paper flipped over. And I didn't put anything on it because I wanted you to see this is how you weld it together. And now I could use this as is, like I could use the back of it like in a top loading pocket. I would just have to put some paper border or laser borders or stickers or some sticker strips on here just to cover up where the welding is and to kind of secure it a little bit more. Or you can just put it right down on your page if you have black or white pages, whatever pages you use. And there you go. And I did bring in one of my pumpkins from last time, from my last video, my pumpkins and candy corn. But there we are. We're all set. And I chose the bats and stars to go with this paper because of the bats and stars that are here. Trying to unify it all. It all makes sense. In my brain, it all makes sense. I'm not sure if it makes sense to anybody else. But that's what I did. Oh, more candy, yeah. So how did I put this one? I think I made this one like this. Hasn't been that long since I made these, but you know. Okay, so I did folded edges here as well. But I decided, instead of folding them both the same, I had the busier paper here, and I folded over the stars. And here I had the stars here and folded over the busier paper. Again, it becomes a whole unit. I picked up on the purple that's in here, mounted it on that purple cardstock, brought in some of my candy corn. Here's my rickrack here. And you know, if I didn't have these embellishments on here, I mean, you kind of can actually even do it this way. It's the same, they're the same width. It's the same idea, so you could mix it like this. I do have words on here, so those have to be upright. But you see, before you put any embellishments on it, decide which way you want to angle, which way you want to have your papers together, and that'll help you determine and make it a little bit more flexible. My last page, got the spider webs going on. This paper was so cute with the ghosts. And what I did when I folded this one, I purposely looked at it to make sure that I had at least 2 or 3 ghosts that would be completely visible, not cut off. These little ones are cut off, but at least you have a nice view of the ones that are there so we can see them in all their adorableness. And of course I added, not as a frame, but as a border, I did the little black border that would show up nicely. So I have the black spider web, the black ghost eyes, and the black rickrack just to tie it all together, and of course the little black spiders. Now, I'm from Florida. We have black widow spiders here. that little hourglass isn't really on their back. It's on their abdomen, on their belly. But of course you wouldn't see it. So I understand why the artist did that. We know it's a black widow spider. It's like a see-through abdomen that you can see that it has an hourglass. In any case, now you know what I want to share with you, my borders. All right, I'm going to make my disclaimer right now. I was so carried away with using the paper. I wanted to use all those pages. I got so into it that I didn't leave much paper for borders. So this is the white shimmer that I use, a little strip of the orange cardstock that I had left. I just cut it to be a little bit smaller, like it's like 3/4 or a quarter of an inch off all the way around. Stickers from the BooYah. And then this, I used the ghost chain. And what I did was I punched the strips. Actually, I think they were leftover pieces from when I trimmed it before, but I just made sure that it fit on here and then trimmed off what didn't, just so you get that little motion going down, the little ghost floating around. So cute, it's scary. Very simple, little Halloween, orange and purple and black. That says Halloween to me for sure. And here we go. And I don't know if you noticed, but the stickers have that little shimmer sparkle to them. They're really fun. I did cut this with the decal blade on the 12-inch trimmer just to give it a little more texture. Very simple, but very effective. Very Halloween-y. Okay, now this was a sticker that came with it, and you can see that it's really get that shimmer. Because it was so shimmery, I decided to pull out my gold shimmer to make this little rickrack on here just to unify it. So, I made a double page. The bats are flying, so it could be, you could put them sideways as well. Sometimes, I don't know if you've ever tried this, put them in the middle of your 2 pages, and then that leaves you all that space. But in any case, you see, I used my confetti from my Bats and Stars punch, the Border Maker cartridge. I'm telling you, I have used these bats so much, so don't throw those away. Use that. Give them to a friend if you don't want to keep them, because they're really cool. Okay, this one is on that purple, the purple shimmer that also was offered. I think it's called Berry Shimmer. So I had to dig into that because I was running out of paper. And I did ground it with a piece of black shimmer. These are all stickers from the BooYah collection. And the last one, I had to dip into another collection. Again, it's that Berry Shimmer. Here's that gold shimmer. And then stickers from BooYah. But then, look at this. This is from a few years ago. I don't remember the name of the collection, but they had a BooYah sticker, so I just went with it. A little stack pumpkin and the little cat. Those are all from a previous collection, but it all blends together. It's all Halloween. And there you go. I am ready for Halloween. Well, thank you so much for coming on my not-so-scary BooYah trip, looking at our new collection, our new Halloween collection. I hope if you haven't gotten it yet, you will decide to do that. I will have links and in the description below, and if you have any comments or questions, please put them there. Thank you so much for watching, and don't get too scared. Here's my special effects for today. BooYah. BooYah. Until next time, happy scrapbooking.